20 seconds. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay. Rep your city. Let me see the mic. Rep your city. Give me the mic. Rep your city. I got you. Rep your city. I'm gonna tell you not mine. Rep your city.
It's time for us to go live, so rep your city. I really would appreciate if y'all roll with me. Feeling this music cause it makes me wanna step. And if you don't want it to, then you lying to yourself. Cause every time we party, we gon' have fun. I don't know about you, but I'ma rep where I'm from.
Rep your city. Okay. Rep your city. Let me see the mic. Rep your city. Give me the mic. Rep your city.
Yo, 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 what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? This is your boy, Mr. Artistic, checking in one time for your mind this Thursday evening. Welcome to the RYC live show tonight. That is Rep Your City, Rep My City, and Rep all of the cities therein above. So welcome to the show, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. We do this each and every Thursday night at 8 p.m. from 8 to 9 every Thursday night right here with the Throwback Thursdays. I want to send a shout out to my crew, my team, the RYC Live family, Lady Alicia, First Lady, Mr. RYC Live himself, and Queen Lyricist over in the Twin Cities. So we bring it to you live each and every week. And as a reminder, tomorrow we'll be doing another show. That's the Uncut Friday night session with my man, Mr. RYC Live himself. And then on Saturday, we will be doing another special tribute for the entire month of February for Black History, the Hip Hop Train, the Black History Hip Hop Train. So tune in for that at 12 p.m. noon on Saturday. So tonight, we're going to actually highlight one of the elements of hip hop that don't usually get a lot of attention. And this is one that's just as old as all the other elements and very important in my opinion, but just hasn't really gotten the attention that it deserves. So tonight, we are going to basically highlight this element, and this element is beatboxing. So tonight, we have a special guest who's dwelling here in Chicago, has traveled the world over. This man has put in work like many of the other legends, has participated in other elements of the hip hop culture. But today, he is a professional beatboxer. You know, we used to do it on the streets back in the day, but this man is blessing stages across the world. So without further ado, let's introduce and bring him on out to the set, Mr. Yuri Lane.
What's up?
How you doing? Welcome to the show.
It's cold. It's been like what, 10 days of this kind of stuff.
Man, we getting the blizzard treatment.
I mean, February just might as well quarantine anyways in February.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, we're feeling blessed, you know, here in Little Italy, and you know, got a roof over our heads, and we're healthy, you know.
That's what's up. Good to know it.
Yeah.
So hey man, let's get right into it, man. Welcome to the show. I would like to ask you, when did you start beatboxing? What year did you start?
So it goes back to third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, you know, and then sixth grade I was in math class, and I was like, you know, I started beatboxing, and I made this first sound, and the teacher's like, "Hey, turn that radio off." I was like, "Ooh, I got something here." you know, I started beatboxing, and then I started listening to the radio, and I would flip to the radio, and I would try to repeat the sounds of all the different radio stations. You know, started listening to, and then all of a sudden, this amazing radio show in San Francisco, 89.5 KPOO, and I heard Dougie Fresh, and I heard Buffy, and I heard Egyptian Lover, and I started listening to African Bambaataa, and I just got so hooked on that music. And then I started breakdancing, and then I was like, "Ooh, you know what?" I was usually like, you know, I was the minority in my class, in my school. Like, I was the white boy, and some people were like, you know, "Give me your lunch money," and I was like, "Okay." So like, you know, and just those times I'm like beatboxing because we didn't have music, we didn't have the boombox at the time, so people were freestyling and I was beatboxing. Yeah, so just like I started really at the just living and breathing hip hop, and beatbox was a real big element, and I held on to that beatbox up until this day.
Nice, nice. And you know, you mentioned some of the pioneers of this particular element, such as Dougie Fresh and, like you say, Buffy. For those who may not know, who we lost sometime back, he was a member of the Fat Boys, and you know, he was one of the definitely. Yeah. So Buffy, and then we had others, you know, along the way. We also had, like you say, Reddy Roxy. He was the beatbox for the Fresh Prince and DJ Jazzy Jeff. Yeah. And we also had the Human Jock Box. It was another crew called the Skinny Boys, and they had a beatboxer named the Human Jock Box who was pretty fresh during the 80s. So, you know, Biz Markie, of course, you know, and then yeah. And then we had Wise, who was a member of Stetsasonic. He was a beatboxer.
Beatbox with a straw.
Yeah. So, you know, and then there was a gentleman who wasn't necessarily hip hop, but he was definitely from the 80s. His name was Michael Winslow. And this guy was one of the
Godfather.
Yes, sir.
Beatbox.
Yes, sir.
You know, like Marcel said, he's the godfather of noise.
Yeah.
But Michael Winslow is the godfather of beatbox.
Yeah, there you go. He played in the Police Academy movie.
You know, that generation, like seeing that was like, you know, it was like one of the greatest things. It was like, you know, eating ice cream for the very first time. You know, just seeing him, you know, and you know, like if you've seen his sets, like he's been you know, like a special guest for the ABCs, the American Beatbox Championships in New York City, you know, and so he gets big respect from the American beatbox community, and even in Europe, you know, him doing Jimi Hendrix is just out of this world. Like he sounds like that guitar solo. Like,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, it's just some amazing talent. And in Chicago here, what we try to do is we give everybody their credit. But we definitely try to highlight our own, showcase our own. And even though they were pioneers from New York and other areas that, you know, paved the way, we have our very own. So like in Chicago, coming up, pretty much everybody at some point was beatboxing back in the 80s when we didn't have drum machines. And in fact, that's where the whole, even Buffy, I seen an interview with him and he said that was the reason why he started, was because he couldn't afford a drum machine. And, you know, he would just mimic the sounds that was, by listening to the radio, mimic the sounds that was coming up off the songs. So, you know, so a lot.
Like you said, that you know, that he couldn't afford a drum machine, and so they named a drum machine after the beatbox, right? So they were like, oh, it's the beatbox. I want to use the beatbox, like, you know, that. Right, but Buffy was so powerful that we'd blow out speakers.
Yeah,
he was known for blowing speakers out because there was nobody more powerful than him.
Yeah,
know, at that time.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Yeah, you know, that's incredible.
There's an amazing movie. I have a friend, Joey Garfield, made this movie called Breath Control: The History of Human Beatbox, and it won the Tribeca Film Festival. and it's about Scratch from the Roots crew, Razel,
Mm-hmm.
from Stetsasonic, you were saying earlier. And so all these people, and I'm in the end doing cat versus dog, vocal scratch. But yeah, so and Biz Markie's in it. Unfortunately, like because of all this license stuff, like it never got major release. So like it plays film festivals and stuff, and so it's really hard to kind of see it. But I'm hoping that it gets re-released at some time.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, I want to just send a quick shout out to all our Chicago pioneer beatboxers. You know, beatboxers that pioneered and paved the way. You know, we had some of our homeboys such as Double C from back in the day, which was a member of the MOC crew. You know, my man JVC, he was in our crew from the Chirac Nation. You know, my homeboy Khalif, you know, who was taught by another dude named LEV. You know what I'm saying? And he did what's called the body beatbox, where you making the beat on your body. You know what I'm saying? And that's very interesting. You know, so and you know, my homeboy Tego, my homeboy Chris Coolout. You know, we had, you know, a whole long list of
GQ.
pioneers, right? Yeah, GQ the teacher. Yeah, GQ. I met him in the 90s, you know, and GQ, you know, definitely have put in some work over the years. Yeah.
Boxing on the L.
Yeah.
A lot of work. You know, he performed with all the stars that were coming in, all the hip hop groups of the 90s. He would, you know, get up on stage and do his routine. Yeah. Shout out also to Slepbox. He was another 80s beatboxer, and also EL Radio, who now goes by Raheem. He was a beatboxer back in the days too. So, you know, and I just can't go into all the names, but now this segment is about you. So we want to talk about your history and learn about what your contributions were, and also too how the development of the hip hop element, I mean the beatbox element, have kind of changed, because you know, like now it's almost has become more of a performance art. You know what I'm saying? Like I went on to YouTube and just checked out some of the beatboxers in all these competitions where they're just is performing, it's physically performance, and I'm like, wow, you know, I didn't know it had gotten to that point. It's acrobatic. It's acrobatic. It's just like the kind of like, you know, like it reminds me a little bit of the DJ competitions.
Yes.
You know, and so we could talk about that more, kind of like how beatbox has become this sort of competitive, athletic feat that people are battling against each other. But I have some, you know, there's definitely some things about the new generation of beatbox that I hope that they don't forget, that beatbox comes from hip hop. And so a lot of the beatbox that you hear is mimicking the sounds of EDM. And to me, it's sounding more and more like aliens making sounds. But the level of beatbox has just continues to rise as well in terms of how the technicality of it.
Okay. Hey, Yuri, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll pick up where we left off.
Beautiful. All right.
Hey, yo, legends, where y'all at? We got a mission. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 7. Enough is enough. On the corner, fireworks burst every night without a patriotic soul in sight. Time's running out. Time's running out. You can't teach what you don't know. You feel me? You feel me? It's so useless.
A lot of people use the term hip hop, and they use the term hip hop as rap music.
I said Moja needs unity. Stop the violence.
Whoop your kid. Whoop your kid. Whoop your kid. Whoop.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
If you want to see them, make sure they see you. Local to Global is a full-service film, video production, and marketing company that emphasizes on high-quality, brand-focused content to boost brand awareness through marketing, advertising, and broadcast media. Everyone has a story. Let us tell yours. We are Local to Global Production.
RYC Live, rep your city. I'm Artistic, your host for the Throwback Thursdays, every Thursday at 8 p.m. right here live, bringing you the hip hop from the past to the present, covering the full scope of the elements.
It's time for us to go live, so rep your city. I really would appreciate if y'all roll with me.
If you would like to be a guest on the show, please send us an email to ryclive@yahoo.com. and send us a brief description of why you'd like to be on the show. Also, take a moment to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Welcome back to the RYC Live show this evening. You are now watching the Throwback Thursdays with your man, Mr. Artistic, and we also have our special guest, Mr. Yuri Lane. So, hey man, let's talk a little bit about your style of beatboxing. How would you define your particular style if you had to?
It's a good question. So I'm definitely from the sort of the golden age of hip hop, and so I was definitely boom bap. A lot of my sounds, I beatbox differently than other beatboxers. I think one of the reasons why is that I was a child actor and a professional actor, at the age of 12, and started doing television, film, and theater, and especially with theater, I was like, oh, you really use your voice as an instrument, and you gotta hit the back rows with your voice, throwing your voice. And so I really sort of applied the techniques that I learned as an actor and really made beatbox a part of it. People say that they love my snare, right? That snare sound. The snare is like what people were digging, what I was doing. So that was kind of a lot of front, right? And a lot of people beatbox, right? There's that sound, but I have a lot of strength on the right side, right? Knocking on that door. Right. And I teach beatbox. So I was like, oh, okay, how can I teach beatbox and they can remember things, remember words. So beatbox is like onomatopoeia. So I was like, oh, boom, boom, cup of tea, boom, boom, crash. Boom, boom, cup of tea, boom, boom, crash. I was like, take out all the vowels. Wow. With beatbox, you can beatbox jazz, you can beatbox the blues, you can beatbox electronic music. You can really become, a human radio, right? And so I love doing different rhythms, but I always tend to return to the boom bap, return to the hip hop. There's sounds of the beatbox, and then I'm like, I'm a super duper big, DJ Premier, Jay Dilla, Pete Rock, Shaheed Muhammad, and so those smooth jazz rhythms, like that's how I was into it. And then there's the in sound, right? It's you're kissing, but I was like, oh, when I got that, hey, 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 and then I was like, oh, I can do it fast. That's in. And then I was like, oh, I got the tones. So I'm definitely notes for the tones with the multiphonic. tones and the hums, and making beatbox melodic, and kind of creating these soundtracks, right? Creating soundtracks for these environments. But definitely, like, you know, you're inspired as a drummer, right? You know, you drum because you like Billy Higgins and you like Art Blakey and you like Johnny Bottom, from Zepp. There's like all these different influences. I always say that a lot of drummers that they beatbox, but they don't know they're beatboxing. Right? They're playing it like a drummer.
Right.
And so, you know, you could be a beatboxer and really have a particular like drum set in your head, you know. But a lot of people, new generation, they're listening to electronic sounds, so they're repeating those electronic sounds. So you're kind of like, it's part of your environment, you know. And then of course, what separates me from all the others is the harmonica, the beatbox harmonica. And so that's what I'm known for, the beatbox harmonica, you know, bringing the blues and hip hop, fusing it together. The harmonica is a reed instrument, but it's also a percussive instrument. And so, you know, it lends itself, you know, and then I'm being kind of like a scholar of harmonica and the history of it. And like people were chugging into it, and trying to emulate the sounds of the train, they're chugging. So I took that chugging technique a little bit and then brought the beatbox. And then I moved to Chicago in 2003, and I was like, oh, I don't know how to play this instrument. I'm beatboxing into it. I better learn how to play.
Nice.
You know? Nice. And so I took some lessons incognito at the Old Town School of Music. You know, I started performing some blues clubs in the South Side, and I was like, oh, I do the beatbox harmonica. He's like, oh, really? You know, we call that the Mississippi saxophone. Oh, okay. Yeah, but like, I'm an actor in a human beatbox, right? And so that's another part is I started doing these solo beatbox plays.
Nice.
And that's the thing that kind of brought me all around the world, and specifically in the Middle East. I did this show that my wife directed and wrote called From Tel Aviv to Ramallah, A Beatbox Journey. And it's all about daily life in Ramallah and Tel Aviv. And so I played all these multiple characters, and each character has their own soundtrack.
Wow.
It could be simple, a heartbeat, or it could be a whole song that defines that character.
Nice. Now let me ask you this. Beatboxing definitely has to have a series of breath control. How would you, since you say you teach it, how important is it to have the proper breathing to do it in a way where it's effective?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny you say breath control, because off my first album, there's a song, Breath Control. So, you know, later in performance, I'll do breath control. But really, yes, breath. It's all about the breath. Opera singers and beatboxers share this same instrument. It's called air. You breathe it in, and you blow it out, right? Beatboxing utilizes circular breathing. So you're breathing and exhaling and inhaling at the same time, right? Right? And then you can and make multiple sounds because you're exhaling with your nose, and then also your lips and your teeth and your tongue and your diaphragm. That's where it all comes from. A lot of people will beatbox and sing from the throat, and they'll strain their voice. And so if you can generate that power, just like an opera singer does, and just like actors do, it's like in the belly, the diaphragm. But there's also something that I discovered that I had that I didn't know was called the vocal strap. And that is the muscle that makes you go, makes you sneeze. And so I lacerated my vocal strap because I was going too much. And
wow.
There's a whole other story about sort of being filmed, so you could see the insides, and you'd see this 2 views on the Discovery Channel for Canada. Dr. Sims, he's a ear, nose, and throat doctor here in Chicago. He's a specialty doctor for musicians, and he was like, "Oh, let me put this camera down your throat, and then I want you to, read this poem about a rainbow." And he's like, "Oh, you've lacerated your vocal strap." I was like, "What's that?" And he's like, "That's the muscle."
Wow.
So beatbox is really muscular, and it also has really great health, positive health things that you're using all the vocal folds, your vocal cords, your vocal strap, your throat, your tongue, and it's really working those things. So it's, there's a peer-reviewed medical journal article by Dr. Sims about the health benefits of beatbox. So it's holistic, and the instrument is really your nose, your lips, your teeth, your tongue, throat, and back there. And you can utilize all those kind of in harmony together. And so beatbox is this rhythmic universal language.
Wow, interesting. How long does it typically take a student to catch on to it if they've never done it before?
It's like there are people that have inherent talent. It's just that feeling, they do it, or people who are musicians, have a. So I say, like, I've had students in the past of all ages, and I'm thinking like 8 sessions, really they can start doing it. Just kind of create their own beats and be able to beatbox sufficiently, but like Dougie Fresh, he's like a lot of people say they can beatbox, but can you really beatbox, right? And so there's this sort of, then all of a sudden they're like, oh, I saw these beatbox commercials and they're so whack. Like, that's not a good representation of beatbox. So, a lot of beatboxers, I think maybe a lot of beatboxers, or maybe just me, I hear beatbox when I listen to music. And it's not necessarily beatbox, but I'm listening for it. Sometimes, I can tell it is, right? So being a great beatboxer is being a great listener. Listening to the sound around you and being able to, be playful. You have to be playful, be childlike, because beatbox is really, it's the language of babies. Right? They're literally learning, I teach a beatbox class before this damn plague hit for 18 months to 3-year-olds, and it's like beatbox music time, but like I'm teaching them beatbox, they can't retain things and repeat it necessarily, but it becomes part of them.
Nice.
And so so I'm obviously very, very passionate about beatbox.
That's what's up. That's the way you're supposed to be when you love what you do. That's what's up. That's what's up. We got my man Taco Bops checking in.
Taco Bops?
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take another commercial break, and when we come back, we'll pick back up, and get a little bit more.
I got a mixtape out.
Okay. So we'll talk about that a little bit too. And then we're gonna acknowledge some of the people that's tuning in, because a lot of people are tuning in, and some people are making comments. So we'll highlight some of those comments when we come back.
Any questions you have, or
the mic. Rep your city. I got you. Rep your city. I'm gonna tell you about mine. Rep your city. Rep your city. Rep your city. Okay.
The interesting thing about when we do these shows, because we have an interchange of knowledge being given to each other, and and that's what it's all about.
How do you feel about how Twin Cities support their local artists?
Hey, now, are you getting ready to go out, or are you going to bed?
No, this is for y'all. I did all of this for y'all. I did all of this for y'all. I got cute for y'all. This is an uncut interview, so I figured I would be kind of sexy in my little robe, feeling myself.
To the RYC live. If you feel good, put your hands up high. And if you rep the hood in the city, this is your joint right here. No lie, no lie. Welcome to the RYC live. If you feel
Okay. Rep your city. Let me see the mic. Rep your city. Give me the mic. Rep your city. I got you. Rep your city. I'm gonna tell you about mine. Rep your city.
Welcome back to the RYC Live show this evening. This is the Throwback Thursdays, and we have our special guest, beatboxer, Mr. Yuri Lane.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah. So I want to send a quick shout out to all our viewers that's tuning in. Mr. Dante Williams checking in, says Chicago Human Beatbox. What's up, Yuri? Yeah. So he's checking in.
What's up, Steven?
Yeah, Miriam from Nubian Queen. She's checking in. The Miriam Nubian Queen checking in.
What's up, Miriam?
Yeah, my homeboy Steven, he says, hey, another hip hop legend. Our homeboy Dub C's checking in from Florida. Yep.
Oh, Dante Williams. He said, scratch your name. Yo, Yuri. Yo, Yuri. Lane. Yuri.
Nice. EO1's checking in. We also have let's see who else we got here. Yeah, that was Dante you already mentioned, and then again Taco Bops and Steven. So yeah, sometimes people check in and don't leave a comment. So please continue to share our broadcast tonight, and make sure you comment and engage with us, and continue to follow us and show support. So back to Mr. Lane here. I always thought that beatboxing was very important. Because when we didn't have any of those machines to rock our rhymes over, we always had someone in the crew or someone that was affiliated with the crew to give us a beatbox so we could rock the mic. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was always an important element, and it's great to see it thriving today in competitive levels and showcase performances and all those other great things, because I think it's just as important as all the other elements. So with that being said, Yuri, is it possible that you can go ahead and give us a nice little performance for the viewers tonight? Because everybody's is watching.
Yeah. I can't wait to perform for everybody. Like a lot of people are like, oh, I can beatbox, and I'm going to talk about beatbox, and be like, man, just shut up and beatbox. Before I beatbox, you can check me out on Instagram, Beatbox Harmonica Man. I'm a vegan chef, so I always post my plant-based food with over beats, and of course my beatbox harmonica. You can go on YouTube and check out my viral videos from yesterday. But I hope today and moving forward, I got a mixtape. It's called Yuri Basho Lane, and using my loop pedal and sampling jazz records and incorporating beatbox and harmonica. I just remastered it, so I'm going to be re-releasing it. My boy Pablo, shout out to Pablo, Audio Chemistry. He's an incredible, legendary MC from the Bay Area, the Board Stiff crew from San Francisco. And he did an incredible job mastering the mixtape. And it's one of the greatest representations of my music. So I'm really excited. I'll be re-releasing that on vinyl.
Nice.
Oh, vinyl, to celebrate my dad's 83rd birthday in June. But yeah, you can check out my music. I got my harmonica, I got the beatbox, I got the loop station. So shall we get into it?
Let's go.
All right. The things come on at night. The things come on at night, 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 night. Here we go now. Here we go now. Game over. Hey! Hey! I win.
Are you ready? P or R? E. P or R? E. Oh, yeah. H. P or E or H. Control. Breath. 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 Control. Control. Breath, control, breath, control. Hey, yo, I got a permit for this. I also have weed. We got a male, 5'7.5". Looks like he's defacing public property. I'm gonna go take a look. Hey! Hey! Dunkin' Donuts. Hey! Hey! Krispy Kreme. Where'd he go? I'm free. I got my loop pedal. Let's make a beat. Let's make a beat. Like this. Okay, we need something else. Now we need a bass. We need a bass line. Like this. Yeah, we need a scratch. We need a scratch. Like this. Oh wow! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh wow! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh wow! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh wow! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Yeah! Oh wow! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! I like the boom bap bap music. I like the boom bap bap music. I like the boom bap bap music. I said, oh, I like the boom bap music. Not the whack, not the whack whack music. Not the gibberish rap. I wanna hear someone say something like that. Yeah, use your vocabulary, cause shit is getting scary. Yeah, straight hip hop, straight boom bap. Now stop, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's go to outer space. Oh yeah. Yeah, Chicago beatbox non-stop. Yes, yo. It's like this, yo. It's like an R to the Y to the C, yo. To the Chicago, yo. Artistic, yeah. He thinks simplistic. He's autistic, yeah. Creative art, talking about the hip hop history. Yeah, Chicago. Yes, Black Ice City. Here we go, fresh, water. Yes, yo, Lake Michigan, as I'm rolling down Lake Shore, yes, I adore. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's have something else. Yeah, let's have something else. Hey, body, hit. Hey, body. Oh yeah. This is a journey. Yeah, gibberish rap. scoopity bop bop, scoopity blap. Yeah, gibberish, blah, 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 rap. I don't really say something like that. Yeah, yeah.
Shall we make another beat together?
Oh man, that was excellent, bro. Hey.
hey, man, look, I was trying to get over here, man, and dance. I was actually dancing, but it had me on. It didn't pop me in, so I'm dancing, man.
You know, this is the greatest thing that I could hear is that it makes people dance because like. I mean, literally, clap your hands, everybody. Clap your hands now, people, clap now. Like getting people up and dancing.
But can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why are you not talking to us like this? Well, I was just and I was just trying to. Why is your tone still the same before you started beatboxing, man? That's crazy.
I think as I was saying, artistic earlier, like. Being an actor, like my voice, but let me tell you, I can also, one day I'm going to be old Jewish beatboxer, right? And I'd be like, oh my gosh, oh my lips.
hey, listen, listen, man. I just salute. We salute you, man, over here on this platform, man. It definitely takes breath control and skills and the whole nine, man. So salute from all of us right here on RYC Live, man. Continue to do what you're doing, man, because I haven't literally seen anyone. I mean, I've seen Dougie Fresh, but you're the closest one to us than Dougie Fresh right now. We actually talking to you, But man, hey, salute.
I appreciate that. Dougie is just, he's one of sort of the legends of hip hop, the greatest entertainer. And so, I myself am an entertainer. So that just, that makes me really happy.
Yeah.
So,
hey, we thank you for being on the show. I just wanted to, the producer himself just had to come on here.
Let's go to the studio. I got my first vaccine shot. I'm waiting for in a couple weeks. So who knows? Like, we can meet in the physical in the months ahead. If we can't, then this is how we shall meet.
Absolutely. Well, hey, congratulations and good luck on your journey, man. And thanks again for allowing us to have a moment of your time with an exclusive interview. So I'm going to turn it back over to Artistic, but hey, man, you're the bomb.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. That was beautiful, bro. That was beautiful. And we've already kind of ran out of our time for tonight's show. We got 5 minutes left. And hey, listen, man, that was definitely a performance for real. And I've never seen you perform live, so this is as close as it's going to get for now. And that was truly amazing, bro. That was truly amazing. And I'm sure
we'll keep it moving. Like as we were talking about before, I'm coming out with a show on Twitch. It's called Beatbox Chicago with Yuri Lane, I got some executive producers that are helping out, getting the platform out, and of course you're gonna be my guest. I know you have a show, Throwback Thursdays, and so it's beautiful. It'll work synchronicity. We met for a reason, and I'm all about sort of using my platform to spread beatbox, to also spread it to the youth, to the people that don't have anything but their body, but their human voice. You know what I mean? And all you need is imagination to learn how to beatbox. That's all you need. And with the new generation of young people, they should be beatboxing. And so I'm there to kind of promote that and promote the culture, promote Chicago hip hop and beatbox international. I know a lot of beatboxers all around the world, so it's going to be really exciting to get these folks on the show and like yourself and just spread hip hop because it's one love.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Very, very nice performance. I'm sure all of our viewers enjoyed it greatly. And hey, man, we're definitely going to have to get you back on the show. We didn't even really get a chance to go into. This man has performed for Steve Harvey. He's been on the Windy City Live show, WGN Radio. I mean, the Jam TV show. I mean, you have the Apollo. I mean, okay, come on now. So you definitely got the skills. You know what I'm saying? And hey, man, we wish you much success in the future. As Mr. RYC Live himself said, continue doing what you do, because that's an element that definitely needs to get more shine. So you're definitely one of those individuals that's going to help that to be done. So much. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, man, we're going to connect. We're going to keep in touch, and we look forward to hearing from you. And I want to. And by the way, we're getting ready to conclude, but don't log off yet, because we want to meet backstage so we can talk to you a little bit more. Okay?
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
Cool. So as was mentioned earlier in the outset of the show, make sure everyone you tune in tomorrow night to check out the Uncut with my man, Mr. RYC Live himself at 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. Tomorrow night is another one of our shows. And then Saturday, once again, we will be doing a special tribute for Black History with the Black History Hip Hop Train. And that'll be at 12 p.m. From 12 Saturday afternoon. And this is the flyer right here if you all hadn't seen it. We'll be doing this for the duration of the month of February.
You love having fun. I'm there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. To highlight our culture, our history, and just play tribute and homage to all of the big legacy individuals that has participated, such as Don Cornelius from Soul Train. Yeah. So hey, that's about it. This is going to conclude our Throwback Thursdays for tonight. And, we just want to say peace, unity, and love, and having fun to everyone, the viewers. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. If you enjoyed the show tonight, please make sure and feel free to reach out to us and send us a donation. You can send it to our Cash App. Yeah. Send us an email to our email at RYC Live.
RYC Live.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, so check us out.
Look, we got about 2 minutes remaining, so drop us a RYC Live beat and scratch so we can use it for a promo. Go right ahead.
RYC live. RYC. RYC live.
Okay. Rep your city. Let me see the mic. Rep your city. Give me the mic. Rep your city. I got you. Rep your city. I'm gonna tell you how mine. Rep your city. Rep your city. Rep your city. Okay.
The interesting thing about when we do these shows, because we have an interchange of knowledge being given to each other, and and that's what it's all about.
How do you feel about how Twin Cities support their local artists?
Hey, now, are you getting ready to go out, or are you going to bed?
No, this is for y'all. I did all of this for y'all. I did all of this for y'all. I got cute for y'all. This is an uncut interview, so I figured I would be kind of sexy in my little robe, feeling myself.
To the RYC Live. If you feel good, put your hands up high. And if you rep the hood in the city, this is your joint right here. No lie, no lie. Welcome to the RYC Live. If you feel
okay. Rep your city. Let me see the mic. Rep your city. Give me the mic. Rep your city. I got you.